Trinity.
Wiz.
Yo, no consignment, only cash alone.
Jaja. What Wiz? One of the top in the
They
day.
are all it, you know, Reggie. They are all it. John, listen, I was just telling the people.
Yeah.
You know, the road that you have traveled has been, I won't say rocky. I would say one of the most authentic, hardcore road a man could travel in this industry, especially from Canada. Wrong or right? Wrong or right?
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yo, a whole lot of people are here on the live now that haven't heard from you in so long, heard your music but haven't seen you. Whole half of Toronto, Lady Fancy Face, UK is here, Cayman Islands is here. We're waiting for Germany to kick in, Atlanta, California. Yo, it's a blessing though. It's a blessing because I don't think people understand and know how powerful you are in this industry before many got that book. I'm just putting it out there.
Man, thank you.
You see me?
I swear to God. I mean, brother, I mean, it's first of all, you know what I mean? I want to say good night to everybody out there. Good night, everybody. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everybody. Be safe. Especially, you know, the world, Toronto, you don't know. Wiz, thank you for having me. The road.
Yep.
I mean, the road, it was, I'll tell you this, it's so funny. I was talking to my son, big up Jay Jones, who has heat dropping right now. I was talking to him the other night, and, you know, the journey itself and the experiences within the journey are priceless, whether you make it or not. And if other artists are listening to this right now, it's real. Like, cherish those moments when you struggled, when you suffered, when the doors were closed and people said you're shit and you're garbage and who the fuck is this guy and Ray. Like, I mean, we went through it, right? We had number ones before social media. You know what I mean? We were running our city before there was an Instagram, before there was a Facebook. We were locking down the whole of Toronto, walk anywhere. And they knew my face and they knew me for the music. And I know, to God be the glory. That's how the thing was. And it was a lot of work. A lot of work, Wiz. I ain't going to lie to you. And you know, it's a blessing. So grateful that I was able to just even be a part of that, be a vessel. You know what I mean? Being a vessel is just, it's just important, man. Yeah. And here we are.
Listen, Trinity. Before you reached over to our ends of the city and finally let us hear your music, to push out your music globally, I felt like there was a wall that was stopping that movement before, because when your music started connecting to everybody across, it was well accepted. But before, I think it was being held.
Oh,
that's the way I felt.
Oh, big time, because again, as I was saying,
that's the way I felt.
You know, like.
But we don't want to start there.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into that, because when that drops, everybody's gonna be like, wow. And then I can remind them about them there. But where did it all start for you when you reached here in Toronto? Where did it all start? How did it all start?
I swear to God, New York City.
New York
City. I ain't gonna lie to you, because my cousin Larry Diamond, big up Larry Diamond, he's doing life right now in Philadelphia. He was a great rapper at the time down there, and he was able to finesse his way into labels, and all kind of, like, you know, white collar people got their attention and stuff, and he came with an idea to do like a Boys to Men, but like a crisscross but reggae, like a 3-4 man group. And you know what I mean? I was living in Toronto at the time, just finishing high school, and I got a call from my cousin Cassidy I got a call from my cousin Cassidy, and he was telling me the idea of what his brother, because they're brothers, of what they wanted to do. And, you know, I had a cousin, he's another artist in Toronto, pretty well known, named Grizzly Cat. I was introduced, like I never knew him at the time. So this made me, you know, meet my cousin, my first cousin, for the first time. And then by meeting him, I met a group of guys. I went to this apartment in Scarborough by Markham and Lawrence. And at that time, I've never been to Scarborough in my life. I'm a Jane and Finch baby, born in the West End. Big up Jane and Finch, from Steeles to Bloor. When I met these group of guys, you know, it was a group of guys, and they called themselves King Turbo. And I never heard of King Turbo before, yo. I was like, yo, who's King Turbo? Who are these guys, bro? And they were a sound. And I met Slingshot and Ricky Metrodon, and that day I met this guy named Droopy. And the lyrics that came out of this guy's mouth that day, like, this guy was just like this, holy moly. Any which way, it was first Slingshot from King Turbo. So it was me, Grizzly, and Slingshot, and a brother named Hardcore. I didn't even know where this guy came from, but he was a friend of my cousin's, and the four of us jumped in Grizzly's car and drove 12 hours to New York City because he had this meeting with this guy that he met down there, and that's how this journey started for me. And we happened to meet a guy named Royale Bayon. You remember that song, I Want to Sex You Up? That was in New Jack City?
Yeah.
This guy was the producer of that record, and Color Me Bad. He found Color Me Bad.
Wow. Okay.
I was like, fuck, okay, shit. So we go to New York City now, and 48 fucking story building we're in, and this shit's for real right now. Mind you, I'm 15 going on 16, fam. And I'm like, what the fuck? And we didn't even know what the fuck we were doing, but I mean, shit. We were there, and it was just like, it was just a whole new world for me, a kid from Toronto. And here I am in Manhattan, downtown Manhattan, New York City, talking to some people about music. I just loved music. I didn't know I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how the seed was planted, and it just went nuts from there. It just,
so you did you guys go as the sound system, or you went as a group?
As a group, and the group's name was APB, All Points Bulletin. I'll never forget that shit. I'm talking like, this is the first time I'm driving in a limousine, the first time I'm on Manhattan fucking Bridge in the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm in New York City, like, I seen this shit in fucking movies, fam. And here I am in a limousine going to meet some guy that did a song that I heard the song, I seen the movie. I'm like, this is nuts right now. Wow. I'm about, you know what I mean? I'm a kid. It was magnificent, bro. And yeah, man, as some kids from Toronto, that shit led to us getting a record deal. It's the first time our record deal was for $50,000 US. And
wait, you guys got a record deal?
We got a deal. We got a deal. And anybody listening right now, and everyone that's listening right now, go ahead and go on YouTube and punch up Shoreline's Gang. And my first video ever, shot on 100mm movie camera shit. We were the first kids from Toronto that were on BET, national television, a show called Caribbean Rhythms. And that video called Body Moves, the song is Body Moves, Shoreline's Gang, Body Moves. That was my first video. I think I was 17 in that video.
Wow.
That was the song we signed for $50K.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I was a kid. I'd never seen $50,000 in my life. And
okay.
Yeah.
So you all went to, you all got it together? Like it was a collective contract?
Because we changed, by that time we changed the name to Shoreline's Gang. Slingshot from King Turbo left New York, went back to Toronto and continued the sound thing and became the giant that he is. And me, Grizzly, and Droopy came as Shoreline's Gang, continued, and got a record deal for $50K. After we paid
But
management,
wait,
we split the
when he
money
left,
three ways.
when he left, he didn't be part of. He wasn't part of the group.
Yeah, Slingshot wasn't part of the group no more, and he was a part of the group.
Holy crap!
Yeah, enough people don't know that. Yeah,
Wow.
That's how that shit started. King Turbo is what planted my seed of music, sparked that fire of music. That's why Specs, Ricky, Andrew, all of them, like Suspense, Cess, O'Toole, like those are my professors. That's what they brought me into the school. Droopy, he taught me how to write lyrics. I didn't know how to write lyrics. I just knew how to like kind of freestyle. I just had a vibe. And he's like, your voice is so big. Them times my name was Gangsta. So he was telling me, yo, your voice is so big, but you're all over the place. Come, let me show you how to write something. And he'd sit me down, and him and I in a place called Big Up Laurelton, Queens. It's a little nook in Queens, New York. That's where we were living at the time. And we'd go outside and smoke back to back. That's when I started smoking blunts. I never seen blunts before, because in Canada we smoke zigzag. So we're in New York now. We're smoking blunts, and we're seeing Timberlands and Bubble Jacket, and this shit is just fucking just like mesmerizing me. And we smoke blunts out there, and he showed me how to structure hooks. He's like, if the hook is sick, the person doesn't care about the rest of the song. As long as the rhythm and the hook is sick, you have a hit. And I used to follow that and make sure my hooks are powerful. So big up Drew Products. Anyway, I'm down King Turbo. That's how I got into this thing here. You know what I mean? So we were the first young youths on BET from them time then. Before
my God.
Yeah, us and then I seen Snow. So one night we're in the studio. Now I know Alan Berry, big up Alan Berry, Don Mills, big up Don Mills, Don Million, the crew.
Yeah.
We're at the studio in Manhattan one night. We're doing a session. Big Cap, a big DJ. He's dead now, but rest in peace, Big Cap. One of the big DJs in New York. He's one of our brethren. He used to get my weed for me and shit while I was there. He's telling me, yo, we're going to 14th Street, the Palladium tonight, man. A big party down there. Some reggae guys there. We're like, oh, reggae guy? Okay, yeah, we're going. So after the session now, we go down to the Palladium. We got VIP. We're in the balcony section there, and the place I'm talking is wall to wall, sweating from the ceiling, packed. And we don't know who's coming on. The DJ's playing, and then all of a sudden now, the announcer comes up and says, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing on stage right now Snow. And as soon as he said Snow, I looked at Grizzly. Grizzly looked at me. Droopy looked at me like, Snow? Toronto Snow? What? And when I seen the white guy walk out, I was like, holy fuck. That's one of us, Doc. That's Alan Berry. I'm talking New York City, prime fucking time. Snow. And he came out to Informer. That's where I see that shit. And that's one of my proud Canadian moments in the biz. One of them. Where I see Snow walk out. It was fucking insane.
So you're gone down. You get the deal. The money's popping now. You're in New York. Snow is in there, and you're feeling a reggae vibe. Are you not dancehall yet? Are you DJing? Are you hip hop right now? What is going on?
How the thing was structured, they wanted us to be like a Boys to Men for reggae dancehall, and they wanted that because at that time, Mad Cobra Flex Time to Have Sex, a song that was massive in New York. So all these American producers wanted to mimic that style. And not even mimic the style. They feel like, you know what I mean? If we have a young group, okay, I'll tell you this right now. One night we opened for Amateur Night at the Apollo. A lot of
you guys opened at the Apollo?
A lot of Toronto artists can't say they opened the Apollo. Well, I can. Grizzly can. Droopy can. We got the Amateur Night. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. We did the Apollo. So hold on. That led to us opening for Jodeci a month later at the Apollo again. Triple sold out. So any which way, they were marketing us to a level where we were getting those kind of gigs from. And I remember that was like that's another big landmark in my time. Like the Apollo was massive. And at the time there was a lady in the front row And this old lady, she never missed a show. And if you got that old lady out her seat, the whole place came alive and the house went down. Like, and again, Droopy, my teacher, he has a voice that's like big like Shabarang's times 10. And when he grabbed that mic on, the lady must have jumped up. Ah! The whole fucking Apollo went nuts, dog.
What the hell are you telling?
That's how we got the Jodeci gig the following month. They were like, Jodeci's opening next month. Can you guys open? We got paid for that shit too. Probably one of my first paid shows. And I was like 16, going on 17 them time to that. And our video was on national fucking BET. Body Moves, Caribbean Rhythms. We went down to the Coliseum because at that time now, we already planned. We got this money. We cashed a check. I went and got gold fronts, gold chain, gold this, gold that. Sent my mom money, Western Union. Sent me picking them money at Toronto. We buy up clothes because we say, yo, we got a yard right now. Because we got a floss a yard right now. We have money in our pocket. Because I'm 17, dog. I've never seen this kind of money in my life. And it's not drugs. What? I'm out of here. Bye. And that's how the shit just went chaotic from there now. You know, and it's just that, like, these things are priceless journeys, dog. You know?
Did anybody have those recordings? Did you keep those recordings? Did you get them?
Some pictures were taken, some weren't. I mean, again, these are street kids from Toronto not really paying attention. At that time, social media wasn't, you know, again, like, social what? Like, we were just out, you know what I mean? We're just out there. We're talking about the days of House of Leo. Like, we went to Jamaica because now we have a little money. I need to go see the idols that made me what I am. I need to go see Beanie Man. I gotta go see Bounty. I gotta go see Woodrow. I gotta see these people. I want to be in the dance halls, like standing up with them. I need to hear Stone Love for real, for real. I don't want to hear it on tape no more. I need to see this shit. That's what we were as kids. You're like, oh, I'm on there right now. Big up everybody on the live right now. Jesus Christ. Dangerous. Big up yourself, man. Hi. Like, yo, the thing lit, bro. So,
it's a worldwide live. Don't watch that. It's a worldwide live right now.
Yeah,
so listen,
man. Jamaica to
rock you done bust up. You done bust up the Apollo, and you're open for Jodeci.
Yeah.
All right. You have a little money in your pocket now. Where are we going from here now? Because now, did you come back to Toronto and like?
No, we had no time because we did a 3-city stop. South Carolina, North Carolina. After the Jodeci thing now, we did South Carolina, North Carolina, and I think Raleigh, Durham with, at that time it was Shabba Ranks, the big guy. So we opened for Shabba, Lady Patra, and Cabra in those 3 places. And I'm talking, it was mayhem. That's when I kind of knew for real, like, okay, reggae really crossed over. Because we're talking like the 90s now where, you know what I mean? Jim Brown on Showa Posse on, like, I'm in those active eras right now. And where we were at in these spots, it was nothing. Like, I'm talking, especially North Carolina, it was nothing but Americans, Black Americans inside. That's how heavy Shabba Ranks crossed over because Shabba lived on BET.
Wow.
And I was a part of that. Like, I'm seeing Shabba, like I'm in the same room with him in the dressing room, and we're getting the same treatment as him. It was just, like, I'm talking priceless shit, fam.
Brothers, I'm as shocked as everybody out here because I knew nothing of this of you like this.
Big up yourself, man. DJ live, DJ vibes, mad.
Lethal vibe. All right. So now,
Lenita Bonita,
Trinity Chris, because
Rhythm, big up
I'm
yourself.
in shock. You know why? I always thought your career was just you, Trinity Chris. I didn't know it started so deep and so huge like that. Like, I knew you were big, but I didn't know you were this big, brother. I'm not gonna lie.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, you're talking, when you see all these memes and all these things about, and all these guys posting on Instagram talking about loyalty this and don't sell out your friends and loyalty that. I could tell you a story again too, and you know, if Droopy was here, if Grizzly was here, if even Mamada the day to Jack Scorpio, Black Scorpio sound, Jack Scorpio. My mom's husband and him went to school together. They're good friends.
you know, Waterhouse and Jerusalem and them places. And we, at that time, when we went down after the video, we spent a few months, well, I think about 6 months down there. And we're talking like, we're trapping at every studio. We're going to every studio. And when Scorpio heard us, he took a particular liking to me and at that time, my stepdad was in Jamaica at the time.
Right.
And he had said to my stepdad, oh, the little light skinned one named Bud. You know what I mean? I signed him right now, but not to see the group thing right now, because Jamaica no work off on no group thing. This is before that TOK, and Jack Scorpio was wrong about that. Because this is before the TOK and the Lust, when groups started to really smash reggae. You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Scorpio didn't see that vision. That vision was right in front of him. Right in front of him. He didn't see it. And when my stepdad said to me, yo, you know, so the man would I signed it, because at that time Jack Scorpio was responsible for Mega Bantan, Ricky General, like Gregory Isaac, like he was voicing them big dogs.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't no Brock Pocket thing. Like I thought Jack Scorpio, big general in the biz dog. And yeah, boom. I told my stepdad, if he's not signing all of us, no deal. My mother cussed me, my mother cussed me, my mother cussed me, my mother cussed me, my mother cussed me. My mom cussed me.
Yeah.
I waste how much phone cards on my mom, because when I call and tell my mom, and her husband's calling and say, you know, so the man, Jack Scorpio want to sign the man said, no, if he not sign the crew, if he not sign the whole of him, he can't get nothing. My mom cussed me. But, you know, it was one for all. Them time then.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I had my moments, man, where I could have snatched something. And if I was really smart and talked to the crew and said, yo, let me go through the door first, and then I'll pull the two of you through, it would have been different now for me. You feel me? It would have been different.
Damn. That's a regret that you have.
One of them.
One of them.
One of them.
One of them.
Wow. There's many, man. There's many with Trinity Chris. There's many. You know?
All right. So now we reach yard. And now the group is going forward, because you kept the group to a point, because you didn't leave and go get signed.
No doubt.
So you kept the group. You kept the group.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Which could have been a downfall, but we'll find out more of that a little later on. Truly, I guess.
Truly. Yeah.
After Jamaica, what happens? Because now you're supposed to be well wanted in America for music, and now you're in Jamaica. The dancehall thing is now coming up. It's flowing. Did you leave there and go back to Toronto, or you went back to the States?
Because of the BET exposure that we were getting while we were in Jamaica, we got a booking. We got a booking that forced us to go home. We had a booking with Supercat at the Montreal Caravana. Bumper ass whiz. That, I'll tell you that. That's when I fell in love with Montreal, the city. Because and that's when Supercat he was also getting that BET exposure. He had the Crisscross song. He was the Ghetto Red Hot. That was all over BET. So dog, I was probably in front of, I don't know, like I'd say about like fucking 7,000-8,000 people. And that was probably my first biggest audience. And just for Noah said, it was 2 dates, because it was a day show and a night show, and they both were sold out. You know what I mean? And another experience. I mean, I could talk for days about the experiences, but like the universe and the universe and the God I serve aligned me with the greats. Fam.
Yeah.
It's because it was because of my own stubbornness and own self-sabotage that kind of fucked my path up, because I'm a street kid. I love badness. I'm addicted.
Where did it go wrong, Trinity? At a point, where did it go wrong?
I love badness. I love fast money. And as a kid, you know, I was introduced to fast money fast. And then, I mean, and then we were in the belly of the beast. We're in America, New York City, New York, Philly. And then, you know, I seen 10 pounds, and then I seen 20. And then I was seeing you know, 30K and 50K, and I'm like 21, 19, and we're like, what? Yeah, we love music, but bomba in our street now. Cause you know, like we're reflexing now because we want to keep up to what the record money gave us. We're partying, you know, running down girls and partying and flossing, and as young youths living like a best life type of thing at a young age. As some little youth from Toronto, we want to keep up with the things, so we start go crazy in some gangster world. And it made the thing go left. Yeah, that money different. That money different, dog. It made my shit go left. Like, you know what I mean? But in a good way. Because getting into the drug world got me into Atlanta. By getting to Atlanta is how I met Akon.
Bam. Here we go. Atlanta, Akon.
Yeah. And at this time, Atlanta was just popping right now. Like, the Olympics was about to fucking go down there, and shit was popping. Like, I went to a club, and you know, anybody on the live that knows about Atlanta, I went to a spot in Buckhead, and this spot was a reggae lounge, and we just went there to go. We just went there to go drink, and you know, I'm new in town, and I'm with my boy Andre, and he's well connected in the scene in Atlanta, and we're with a couple of shorties and shit, and we go to this reggae lounge in Buckhead, and you know, we're having shots and shit, and it's a live band, but this live band's nuts. But the guy's singing, and he's singing so like he's so watered down, it was annoying the shit out of me, and I'm ignorant already, and I'm already you know, I'm smoking weed outside, ignorant Toronto style, because people are looking at me like, holy fuck, because I'm on some Toronto shit, smoking weed outside and don't care, and you know, flicking my, you know, going inside now and shots, and the guy's annoying me, and I said, and my friend's like, I dare you to go up there and take the mic, and I'm like, dare me? Up there, take the mic? Before you can say take the mic, I'm already halfway through the crowd, and I very politely step up and give him a nice little nonchalant greeting, hug, and you know, gently take the mic out of his hand, and boom, boras, like just gave him the whole Toronto thing and started well down the club.
Wow.
The Wellens now got me $1,000 gig a night for the Olympics, because the Olympics just popped off here in Atlanta. And the guy that came up to me after I came off the stage, I just directed him to my boy Andre, and Andre just organized it. And it was for 3 nights, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they were giving me $1,000 US a night, but I needed a live band. Well, motherfucker, I just came off the stage with a live band. Hello. And so I just went and talked to the drummer, talked to the guitarist, and said, look, I'll give you guys 3 bills a night. They're like, 3 bills a night? Are you sure? Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But them time I get 1,000. So I'm pocketing 7. I'm giving Andre 2 bills, pocketing 5 bills, giving the band 300. And I'm getting that for the whole Olympics in Atlanta.
You're good.
Hustling now. We're out here now. What? Wellens. Oh, fuck. So now this is going on now. We're like about 3 weeks deep into the thing now, and I'm loving the fucking money, because I'm like, this is crazy. Any which way. My brethren, his name's Andre Young. Big up Andre Young anywhere you're at, even if you're listening to the live now. He used to come and check me, and he'd always have a different shorty with him. This night he had another 2 shorty with him and thing, and he came to me and he's like, yo, this girl here is talking about, you know, it was a pretty packed house, and I did a pretty good performance. It was a routine performance. I did it every fucking night, whatever.
Yeah.
So I come off now, I'm introduced to the girls and this and that and the third. So I tell Dre, come, let's go smoke a thing real quick. The girl said they wanted to go get a drink, so boom. And he's like, yo, this girl he wants to go to a studio after. There's a guy, and she says, like you gotta get, this guy does reggae, your boy does reggae, I gotta introduce him to my friend. I'm like, okay, fuck, let's go. Yeah, he's like, yeah, so like when they come back from we'll smoke this real quick, jump in the car, and we'll go over there. Lo and behold, like, oh, we pull up at the studio now, it's in Buckhead too, and it's in a nice little area. Pull up in the studio now, and I walk in, I see this, you know, this skinny little black youth, and he's skinny, and he has a fucking thick diamond chain on, though. And all you can see is the fucking, me saying black like my shirt, man. And all you can see is the fucking diamond chain on the brother. And, he comes out and he's really nice and cordial and, you know what I mean? And she's like, oh, I forgot the girl's name, but she's like, oh, hey, Akon, this is Trinity and this is Andre. Andre, Trinity, this is Akon. I was like, whoa. Okay, yeah, well, go on, doggy. He's like, yo, yeah, nice to meet you, boom, 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 bam, 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 bam. So we did know one thing, and we're talking, busting it up. He's like, so you do reggae? And it's like, yeah. So he's like, yo, come in the studio, dog, come in the studio. So we go in the studio and starts playing me beats, and then he plays this in particular beat. And the beat was so fire, and I think the song was called Sex Expert, like one of these lyrics that I had. And the gal, I'm called the sex expert, all they on my mind, it's just bad work. And he started to flip. So right away, he's like, go in the booth. Go in the fucking booth. I need that right now. So yeah, fuck. I'm like, okay, fuck. I'm have a little diamond chain, pan in neck and thing, and then own him on a studio, and we're in Buckhead, Atlanta. So I say, yeah, I'm going nice. All right, I'm going nice.
Why not?
Yeah. Why not? One time in 4 minutes, I fucking blaze the song, and he's flipping out, and he's mixing it right there, then and there, and boom, bam, boom, bam. So he's like, yo, I love your energy, man. And he's like, fuck, dog, like, holy shit. Like, we started to bust it up and talk, and then Atlanta's known for a lot of after hours.
Right.
After the studio, no. So remember, I just finished burning down some bougie reggae club and got a fucking, you know what I mean? Some bougie shit and got a little bag for the night,
Not even
the last 3 weeks, these girls take me to this guy named Akon, who, lo and behold, I didn't know was going to be one of the biggest motherfucking artists on planet Earth.
Yeah.
And then me and him now, we got along so great. He was so mesmerized in how much lyrics I had, and I just did a song in 8 minutes. Come in my car. And he had a big 700, a big 700 series BMW, because he had just signed a deal with Columbia. But that record, that he did for Columbia, that deal flopped.
Out.
It flopped. So
okay,
he lost that studio in Buckhead. Now this is some real shit I'm giving you. He lost the studio in Buckhead. The 7 Series BMW, he had it for a minute, and then I left. I left, went to Toronto, did some real vicious shit out there, got a little bag, came back to Atlanta, dog. Seen, because it was Dre that picked me up from the airport. First caller was Akon. For sure, on the second ring, it's him. Boom, link up. I noticed the BMW wasn't around. He was driving some girl was driving him.
Yeah.
So we went out that night. We went to Outkast's fucking record release party. Outkast had a release party that night, and because he had a name, he had a little bit of a name then, because you remember he was just signed to Columbia and got dropped. So we got the VIP treatment, got in there, boom, boom, boom. And Akon doesn't drink, Akon doesn't smoke. See, but I'm in there already now. So me I shoot it up on, liquor's coming out all over because we're in the section, right? Me and him are talking, and he started telling me now, fuck, things didn't work out for him, and ting on Ray Tay. He had to move. So I said, let's go voice. We're going to the studio after we're done here. I'm thinking this, he had the studio in Buckhead, and we're going, he's like, nah, I have to move everything. I have to get rid of that place, and everything's at my mom's house. I'm like, word. So I kind of caught the play, but didn't ruin the vibes, or I caused an elephant to be in the room. The night ended. Me and him linked up the next day now, where he came and picked me up with the same shorty, went to his mom's house. So when we're there now, that's when he broke it down to me that, things didn't work out with the label and shit. And I think he's going to get dropped. And at that time, I'm like, what's drop mean? Like, because I'm still, like, we drop, like,
yeah,
separate ties with you and shit. He's like, yeah. Like, so, but I'm gonna dig deep. The thing I loved about Akon is his family was really beautiful to me. Like, I know his mom, I know his sister, his brother Abu. Like, it was real, and they showed me genuine love. Akon is like, he could be having the worst day, and you would never be able to tell.
Damn. He's cool like that.
He just lost a record deal, Doc.
Yeah.
And the man had the big smile, and you wouldn't be able to tell.
Damn. That's business.
You dig? So
that's a humble man.
So he plays this beat for me while we're at the house now. And if you can go on YouTube and punch it up, called like it's a beat. It's a song called Psalms 91. But he plays this beat, and I'm loving the beat, dog. And a couple months ago, I forgot where I was, but I was in a hotel room, and I was actually just flipping through the Bible, and stumbled upon Psalms 91 and just wrote a song out of it. And when I heard the beat, I just started to recite the song. And the second I said, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, Akon just turned and looked at me. Again, the same vibe when I first met him. He's like, go to the booth now. Go in the booth. Yeah, go in the booth right now. Go in the booth right now. Go, you have that all written right now? Is it all done right now? I'm like, yeah, it's done. Go in the booth right now. And he's queuing up, like, he's a mad scientist like that. Like, music is his high. He doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, dog. Like, girls is his thing. That's his vice. And music, boom. And when he heard it, he just got twitchy, and right away he's at the board and he's turning up the beat. And how's your mic sounding there? And he's like, is it good? Is it ready? And I'm like, yeah, ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
And Bregin, I must have came back to Toronto. And I can take that. I can put my hand in the air, and Slingshot can come on the live right now, and Ron Nelson can come on the live right now. Psalms 91, I was the first person that any radio station played an Akon record on.
It's true.
Even Slingshot's like, Acorn? I was like, no, not Acorn, fam. Akon. Like, fuck that. Like, he's gonna be big, bro. He's gonna be fucking massive, bro. And he's like, yeah, I like this. So Morning Ride 89.5 Sling Turbo Show. They played.
Yeah, were you signed at this time? Are you signed?
No. That was done now. That was the kid days is gone now. I'm just freelancing now. I'm freelance.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
For years now. All that Shorelines gang shit is done. We're going to badness now. I'm drug dealing and all over the place, and I'm back and forth now. And I landed in Atlanta now because I have this contact in Atlanta, and I land this gig at the Olympics, and the gig from the Olympics, meeting this girl, and this girl said, I know your guy does reggae. Hey, I know a guy. Let's go to the studio. And that's how I met fucking
Akon. Not Acorn. Akon.
Step to, I was like, fuck. And then now me and him kind of like this, dog. We're parring every day. So my guy Andre, he's a car salesman, and his girl at the time was complaining about her car. She doesn't like the color. And hey, you're a car salesman. Get me a better car. Get me a better color. But he's like, who's gonna take over the payments? And I'm like, fuck, I'll take over the payments. So now Akon doesn't need the girl to drive us around. I got the car. A wicked Mazda Millennia. Chris Mazda Millennia. No, me and Akon on the road now, bad man. Road. Oh, then no, brother. Yeah, dog. So when I left Atlanta, I left him the key and give him 2 bills. Because at that time, they did eat a little $5 food in Toronto, and them send the food come give me Western Union. I picked it up. I gave him 2 bills, and I was leaving the next day. I said, yo, just hold the car, man. And he's like, if you can pay the payments, just give Andre the fucking payments. If not, I don't care. You guys work it out. I'm a gone home. Like, Akon. That's how me and him, like, were bread at them way.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy, man. Yo.
God say I know. I'm a
dog. God, Jano. So now, because we didn't even reach the stardom of the pinnacle of Trinity Chris yet, I hope people don't realize we didn't even reach the pinnacle yet.
Yeah,
there's so much more.
Yeah,
right.
At that time,
so now,
at that time, I didn't have a hot song or anything to go on in music. I didn't have no resume, nothing. I'm just meeting these people. Akon made me meet TLC. I met Chili, Left Eye, and T-Boz and them. Like, I'm at their rehearsal. They're going on tour with fucking Teddy Riley, them, and all kind of fuck. I'm sitting at I'm like there with TLC, Dallas Austin. Akon made me meet Dallas Austin. Like, it got deep in Atlanta, bro. Like, I'm sitting beside Andre 3000 from Outkast at his fucking record release party, drinking his Hennessy and their liquor off the table. I'm grabbing bottles from their table. Like, what? I could take this? Okay. And I'm tripping right now. Me, look at Toronto, look at Bumbleclad, Trinity, Chris from Toronto, turn up beside Outkast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, Akon. Yeah, man. He made me see all type of shit down there, fam.
Is the link gone? Is the link gone now?
You want to go to that story now? That part of the story? It gets better.
Don't tell me you're messing up, Trinity. Don't.
Oh, it gets better.
Trinity.
Yeah.
Stop it, calm down. Don't tell me you messed it up. Don't tell me that. Oh, I didn't know my blouse.
Yeah, it gets deep. It gets deep because at this time now, holy fuck. At this time now, again, it was Outkast's the Aquemini. Because him and Big Boy are brethren. Akon and Big Boy are brethren before the fame. He calls me up. We're in Atlanta. He goes, Trinity, I'm coming to pick you up around 8 o'clock. We're going to Aquemini, and I need you to be there. I want you to touch the mic. Because he used to love doing that with me. He'd always make me touch the mic with the fucking D. He'll tell the DJ, my boy can do the reggae shit, dog. Give him the fucking mic. Give him the mic, bro. And I take the mic and chat the reggae, and the whole place slizzard. Yeah. America just loves that. They love that vibe. They don't understand a word the fuck you're saying, but they just love the reggae guy. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna pick you up and da-da-da-da. I was supposed to catch a flight to Philly.
Right.
Because we had 40 pounds reaching Philly. And it was me and my cousin at the house. And my cousin was saying to me on the phone, I need you to go there. Because he didn't trust my cousin that was he's my Skilla. I named him Skilla. He was my dog, like me and him the road. And he's seen a part of this life too. And he's saying to me, you gotta go to Philly. The tickets are booked. So I'm saying to Akon, I have to go to Philly in the morning. He's like, fuck Philly, dog. Like, just catch an afternoon flight. I need you to come with me tonight. And there was a sign right there where Akon was so adamant on the phone, wouldn't let me hang up, that I'm coming to the Aquemini release party tonight. I said, I can't, dog. I gotta catch this flight. And anyhow, we came off the phone and I caught that late flight to Philadelphia. And when the fucking UPS guy brought the pack and fucking Skilla's girl accepted it at the door, and by the time the door closed and Skilla opened the box, it was fucking DEA and fucking Philadelphia fucking city police surrounding the house.
Oh! Why didn't you just call me Akon? Oh!
Yeah. All I had to do was just tell my cousin, just not answer because them time they a beep at them time they ain't a bad man. There was no cell phone thing. Like, cell phone was like a big dog thing.
Oh!
I shouldn't just not answer the call at the house or the pager and just went to Aquemini. If I would have went to Aquemini, I wouldn't have got 3 years.
Oh! If you don't want to cry, more want to cry for you.
Yeah, yo.
More want to ball for you, Dan.
I couldn't call my mom. My mom wouldn't accept my call for a month. She was so mad, bro.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah.
What a way the world works. I hate Trinity.
Yeah.
What a way the world works, Trinity.
Yeah, yo. So it was crazy. If I just denied my cousin, because we were making money then and flying in within America, it's like fucking $60 to buy back the ticket and shit. Who gives a fuck, right? Like, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I should have been defiant and just went with Akon to Aquemini, because I would have touched the mic that night in front of fucking, I don't know, 1,000 people, the right people, the industry people, and who knows what would have happened. So one more of those coulda, woulda fucking nights, like, who knows?
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Trinity.
Yeah.
Did you not take your career serious back then? It was just fun?
It was just, I just loved it, but I love badness more. I love the gun them and the fast cash and the holy pa girls and the badness, and you know what I mean, and the high off of being unruly. I just love being unruly and just doing what the fuck I wanted to do. I'm from Toronto. I'm in America from Toronto, running through the fucking place like a fucking skateboard fan.
Yeah.
Cause we had Attilan,
Listen.
them time that we had super hot as a young little pitney, never left it. It got everywhere, two of them. Everywhere. So we had wassy them time, the brother. And we in America them time, and then our cousins were wassy them time, the sickheads. So we're surrounded by beer slappers. So you can just imagine the bravado and the ignorance. And it was just no behavior.
Yeah. I know a little bit about it. Not much, but a little bit about it still.
So I just took music. I took music as a joke thing, fam. I just as a hobby.
Here's what's gonna happen. Here's what's gonna happen. The live, we're gonna start it over. So we're gonna rejoin because my time is gonna done. I'm gonna do you have time? Do you have time?
Me have time for the whole people.
Because we're not reach nowhere yet. We're not reach nowhere yet.
No,
what we're gonna do is come back. We want to find out what happened when Akon found out. That's what we want to find out. When Akon found out. So we're gonna restart the live. We'll rejoin you in a second.
Yeah, I'll tell you about